Welcome back to the channel, guys. The bikes are still dirty from the track.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a thorough wash down and start tearing down this ORM.
Let's get it. All right, guys, the first steps, what you want to do is you want to drain the engine oil out of the bike and the coolant out of the bike.
And while Trenton's removing the oil, I'll go ahead and take the seat off. Now that the seat's off, we can go ahead and remove the top bolt here, and then we got 2 12s on each side and the whole subframe will come off.
Now, once all the oil's drained out of the bottom end, you're going to want to put your oil drain bolt back in the motorcycle, and then you can start draining the coolant out of the bike. All right, guys, now you got to pull this bolt out right here to start draining the coolant out of the bike.
All right, since Trenton's got the coolant burning, go ahead and remove the tank. We got 2 10 mils on the tank, and we got 2 8 mil shroud bolts. Once you got the 4 bolts out, go ahead and remove the fuel line. Don't forget to turn your gas off. And then we got a strap to go ahead and take off the back of the tank. Shit.
The next step, what we're going to do is we're going to pull the exhaust pipe off. But first, you got to get the pipe springs off. So I recommend having a pipe spring puller. It makes things easier. Next thing you want to do is you want to pull the 8mm bolt out of the first dampener and the second dampener. Get your pipe off. Don't forget to take your pipe dampener all the way off, because you might have issues getting the exhaust pipe all the way off the bike. Now it's time to remove the exhaust pipe off the bike.
All right, guys, next we're gonna go ahead and pull the carb off. Just gotta remove the front boot clamp, and then we'll go ahead and pull off the throttle tube and get it out of here.
Next thing we want to do is we want to take all the radiator hoses off of the bike. Next thing you want to do is you want to pull your ignition coil cap off and disconnect all your stator wires, which should be right up in here. Next thing you want to do is you want to pull your brake lever off. You want to get your kickstart out of the way. Drop it down like so. Next thing you want to do, a 12mm bolt holds this kickstart on. You want to loosen it up.
All right, now Trent's got the kickstart off. We'll go ahead and remove the shifter. That way we can get access to the stator cover. Go ahead and get the clutch cable off. Now we got the shifter off. We can go ahead and pull off the cover. All right, now we got that off. We'll go ahead and pull off the master link. That way we can get the chain off and out of the way.
Next thing we want to do is we'll pull this top motor mount off. It's a 14 bottom and a 12, two 12s on top. We get the top two bolts are 12mm. Next thing on the list is to take these two bolts out, hold the engine on. We got one more down here at the bottom, guys. Just break it loose. And the only thing holding the engine in is the swing arm bolt.
Yeah.
All right, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the swing arm pivot bolt loose. It's got a lot of force to break it loose here, but it looks like we got it. All right, so what we're gonna do is we gotta knock this bolt loose.
Kind of nice doing that radiator hose.
There we go.
That you can cut. All right, guys, now we got the motor off. We're gonna go ahead and pull off the reed cage, and then we'll work on the power valve, get the head and the cylinder off. Now we're just gonna pull off these breather hoses. We got a couple for the power valve and then that glass coolant hose. All right, guys, now we're going to take off the power valve cover. We got to get the linkage off inside here before we pull the jug off. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the power valve linkage. This slides right out. Just remove the plastic clip. Next, we'll go ahead and pull off the head bolts. All right, so it looks like we got some pretty bad detonation issues in this motor. Probably go ahead and have to double check the ignition timing. We've ran 93 octane the whole time, good pre-mix, so I'm gonna check out that timing to make sure that's not causing detonation issues. All right, now we can remove the jug bolts and go ahead and take the cylinder off. All right, last bolt, we can go ahead and pull the cylinder off. So it looks like we didn't actually have a detonation issue. The wrist pin bearing had actually fell apart. Looks like a small piece of that worked its way on top of the piston, but luckily there was no serious damage.
All right, guys, that looks like it's gonna be it. This is part 1 out of part 3 of the RM rebuild.
Looks like we had a top end bearing failure. We're gonna go ahead and get that replaced, go ahead and have the cylinder replated.
And stay tuned, because next time we're gonna be tearing down that bottom end for a rebuild.
And please be sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned to our channel.